everyone, it's your girl Crystal back with another video. This one is called Pioneer Girl, Do It Anyway. So for those of you guys who follow me on IG and on Facebook, you know I'm pretty transparent and raw about, this walk with God, because it's not always roses. There are some hard moments, and this one today is my own example. As a entrepreneur, as someone who is pursuing my kingdom call with God, it can feel a little stressful when we look at other people. Sometimes it seems like other people come out of nowhere and they, get the 15,000 views, they sell out, they do this and they do that. All of a sudden they have this abundance that can be seen. But a lot of times people don't show the wrestle. They don't show the work, the dying behind the scenes that we have to do, before God can promote us and send us into our promised land. And so, that is kind of where I am. I'll be honest, this video thing, y'all, it's a struggle for your homegirl because I'm a writer. So for me, it's never about being out front. It's the anonymous person who, is able to articulate, through pen and paper what I'm feeling and what I'm learning. And that's just different than having to be on camera and worry about lighting and, will I mess up what I have to say? And so God has really been on me about this for like a month. And so you guys know I did 2 videos and then I was like, wait, Jesus. And today, in this weekend, funny enough, right, I'm asking God, what's the next thing you want me to do? I feel like I'm not hearing you. What's going on? What do you want from me for June, right? And it just feels like I'm sitting in his presence and I'm not getting anything. Not that I don't feel love, not that I don't feel a sense of peace or, that I may not be sleeping well, but I'm not hearing a directive. I'm not hearing a strategy. And so it becomes frustrating until today when I say, y'all, I got 5 confirmations about doing it anyway, about being obedient, about not allowing fear to stop you from what you're supposed to do, legit, even down to my last call with the mentor. That's all we were supposed to be setting up a schedule for some events, and for an hour, she's pouring into me about doing it anyway. And so I had to wrestle. I've been wrestling all week. But I had to wrestle, y'all. This is the part that nobody talks about. When God challenges you to do something that is outside of your comfort zone, to do something that can expose the insecurities or what you feel your weaknesses are, what's outside of what you feel your area of expertise is, outside of your comfort zone. It's difficult. We don't all go in like, yay, let's get this done. No, sometimes we do wrestle. Like Jacob, sometimes we wrestle and we ask God, why? Is this really what you want me to do? Fear tells us that we're not good enough. We're not adequate. Well, what if you mess up? And all these other things, what you look like. And God's still like, but I asked you to do something. He brought me to the scripture, 1 Samuel 15:22, and it talks about how obedience is better than sacrifice. And so, how many of us experience times like I did this weekend where we're like, Lord, speak to me, Lord, what do you want me to do? Where we're fasting and we're praying and we're going hard at all these other things. And he's like, I already asked you to do something. You didn't do that. Right? The answer is right there. But because we're not being obedient, we can't go to step 2. Because we're not being obedient, he can't give us another directive. We're stuck in this place because we won't do the work that is going to cause us to die to ourselves. And so I just want to encourage you guys, for those who are starting businesses, for those who are first time authors, for those who might be new moms, or even, if you are looking for another career or, going for a new position, whatever that thing is, there's always going to be a test. There's always going to be a situation where God is going to challenge our faith and ask us what we really believe. And if we believe it, will we be obedient to him? Do we love him enough to be obedient over our insecurity, over what makes our flesh feel happy or comfortable? Do we trust him enough that his promise to us on the other end is greater than that sacrifice, and that he really is going to take us to the next level, that he has us here, but that he's going to take us to the next level? So I encourage you guys, based on Joshua 1:9, to be strong and courageous. And that is something that takes guts. It takes risk. And it does take dying to your flesh to become and to impact the world the way that God has. So as I am going to grace myself through this process and do it anyway, because I want what God has for me, my prayer for you is that you will grace yourself and that you will go out into the deep and see what's on the other end of your obedience. Talk to you soon.